There was a time when she hung on your every word, when your silence spoke louder than compliments, and your absence made her lean in. But now something's shifted. She's colder, quieter. You're still there, but she's not reaching anymore. And deep down you wonder, did I do too much? Or did I stop being the mystery? What if I told you this doesn't have to be the end of the story? What if there's a way to reset the balance, not by chasing, begging, or breaking yourself, but by reclaiming the energy that once made her drawn to you in the first place? In today's message, we're going to break down the moment she stops chasing you, and more importantly, how to rebuild the quiet strength that pulls her back in, not out of guilt, but out of gravity. If this already speaks to something you've been feeling, like the video so it reaches more men who need this truth. And subscribe to Stoic Station, where we don't react to chaos. We move with calm. We choose presence over performance, and we lead not with noise, but with silence. Let's begin. Women chase uncertainty, not guarantees. In the beginning, you were a mystery, not because you tried to be, but because you were simply living your life. You had purpose, direction, and things to do. When she texted, you didn't always answer right away, not because you were playing games, but because your world didn't revolve around her. And in that quiet unpredictability, she found herself drawn to you. There was tension in the unknown, intrigue in the silence, desire in the distance. But slowly, without even noticing it, you changed. You started showing up too quickly, too often, too predictably. You became emotionally accessible in ways that dulled the tension. You responded instantly. You liked every post. You watched every story like it was your job. You praised her constantly, thinking more attention meant more affection. And little by little, you stopped being the mystery. You became her mirror, only reflecting back what she already knew about herself. You became a guaranteed source of ego boost for her. That's when it shifted, not because she stopped caring, but because she stopped wondering. She didn't need to chase you anymore. Why would she? You were always right there, emotionally available, endlessly validating, consistently reliable in all the wrong ways. You became a predictable TV series she's already binged. There was no new episode, no surprise ending, just reruns. And here's the truth most men don't want to face. The moment she knows exactly how you'll react is the moment she stops feeling pulled toward you. But this isn't about disappearing. It's about rediscovering your presence. You flip the script by pausing before you reply. Not to manipulate, but to reset the tempo. You stop reacting to everything she posts. You skip a few stories. You make her wonder just a little if your world has shifted. And you stop offering compliments like confetti. You save them for moments that earn your admiration, not moments that demand it. When you do this, you don't just become less available. You become more valuable. Starve her ego, and she'll either chase your approval or accept your absence. Either way, you reclaim your edge. Either way, you win back your presence. And in that quiet recalibration, she starts leaning in again. Not because you forced it, but because you became a mystery worth chasing once more. 2. Redirect your energy publicly. Let's get something straight. No woman is moved by a man who waits by his phone, refreshing messages, hoping she'll remember him. That kind of stillness doesn't create attraction. It creates emotional gravity, pulling you down into a space where you begin revolving around her, and she begins drifting farther away. She didn't fall for you because you were waiting. She was drawn to you because you were moving. You had direction. You had purpose. You had a life that didn't pause when she wasn't around. So when you redirect your energy publicly, you're not trying to provoke her. You're not seeking revenge. What you're doing is more powerful than that. You're shifting the story. You're reminding her, and more importantly yourself, that you were never meant to orbit someone else. You were always the center of your own world. This is where the transformation begins. She needs to see you thriving without her, not pretending, not forcing, but genuinely building, growing, becoming, not as a performance for her approval, but as a return to the man you were before you put her at the center of everything. You take a new class. You join that local event you've always brushed off. You start going to the gym, not because she'll see it, but because you want to feel strong again. But here's where it matters. You let the world see glimpses of that progress. A quiet story of you on a weekend hike. A photo from a dinner with new faces. A shot from a morning run with no caption at all. Subtle, strong, self-contained. Because when she sees you evolve without needing her applause, that's when her mind starts spinning. The old narrative breaks. You're not the man waiting anymore. You're not the one she left behind. You're the one she might not be able to reach again. And that shift? It's powerful, because she'll start asking herself questions she never thought she'd need to ask. Has he forgotten about me? Is he happier without me? Who's giving him this new energy? She won't ask you directly, but you'll feel the energy shift, the silent curiosity, the tension in her responses, the unexpected story views, the delayed but deliberate interactions. That's the storm you want to stir, not in her inbox, but in her imagination. Stay vague. She doesn't need to know who you're with. Let the silence between your updates speak louder than any caption could. The less you explain, the more she fills in the blanks. And imagination is almost always more powerful than information. This isn't about making her jealous. This is about showing her what she walked away from, the momentum, the growth, the light you were always capable of becoming. And the truth is, once she sees that light shining again, without her as the reason behind it, she won't know whether to admire it or try to get close enough to feel it again. Third, let her feel the competition. Every woman, no matter how emotionally independent she appears, has a competitive instinct buried just beneath the surface. She may act composed. She may say she's moved on, but the moment she sees another woman smile at you, laugh with you, lean in just a little too close in a photo, something inside her wakes up. This isn't manipulation. It's not about trying to hurt her or make her jealous for sport. It's about allowing life to reflect what words never could, that you are still valuable, still wanted, and no woman holds a monopoly over your presence. The truth is, women don't chase what's easily available. They chase what they sense could be slipping away. And here's what you might not realize. Even if she hasn't texted you, even if her name hasn't popped up in weeks, she's watching. She sees who tags you. She notices the women in your photos. She hears the quiet confidence in your tone when you post, and she feels the shift when you start living again. She's watching your social media, even if she isn't reaching out. And if you're showing up in the world as someone who's laughing more, surrounded by people, and looking alive again, it gets under her skin. Not because she wants to control you, but because it forces her to see the version of you she thought would always be waiting, thriving without her. So how do you do this with integrity? You expand your world. You don't shrink in her absence. You grow. You reconnect with friends. You build new ones. You go where laughter happens, where stories are shared, where life feels full again. You're not placing women around you to create envy. You're allowing natural connection to be visible, as it should be. When a female friend tags you in a group dinner photo, let it stay up. When someone posts a candid laugh with you in the background, don't overthink it. Let life speak for itself. You don't need to perform closeness. You just need to allow it. And when she finally reaches out, whether with curiosity or suspicion, don't over-explain. If she asks who you were with, you keep it simple. Just out with a few friends. you'd probably like them. That's all. That mystery, that calm tone, that nonchalance, it burns in her thoughts longer than any declaration ever could. Because the moment she senses that someone else might see what she once overlooked is the moment she begins to see it clearly again. Competition sparks attraction, and whether she admits it or not, she doesn't want to be replaced. Not emotionally, not socially, and certainly not romantically. And now, for the first time in a while, you're no longer the man hoping to be chosen. You're the one she realizes someone else might already be choosing. 4. Use silence as power. Silence is where most men fall apart. They can't handle the pause, the space, the unknown, so they fill it with words, with messages, with apologies they were never asked to give. They try to close the gap, not realizing that every word they send only widens it. Every reach pulls her farther away, because when you chase during silence, you're telling her that she still controls your state of mind. And that is when the balance shifts. But what if you didn't chase? What if instead you let the silence speak for you? The truth is, silence isn't weakness. It's strength in disguise. It's the most powerful message you can send without saying a single word. When she pulls away and you don't rush in, she feels something unfamiliar. Uncertainty. Not the kind that pushes her away, but the kind that makes her think. She starts to wonder if you've finally detached, if your heart has moved somewhere she no longer has access to. That's when the questions start creeping in, not yours, but hers. When she sends that vague, "Hey," and you don't jump to reply, it rattles her confidence. When she writes, "I guess you're busy now," and you let the message sit quietly without response, she starts second-guessing her grip on you. And when you finally do respond, not out of need, but from grounded clarity, you change the entire rhythm of the interaction. You're not cold, you're composed, you're not punishing, you're just unavailable in the way that says, "I have a life, and I respect myself enough not to beg for attention." So you say something simple, calm, strong. "Just been busy, hope all's good." No tension, no reaction, no need to prove a point. You let time pass between messages. You don't check in, you don't circle back, and as the silence stretches, it doesn't grow empty, it grows powerful, because she doesn't know where your attention is anymore, and that uncertainty, your absence, starts doing the work your presence never could. Silence is not the absence of care. It's the presence of discipline. And in a world where most men panic when ignored, your calm becomes a force she can't explain. A quiet power she begins to feel, even from a distance. Have you ever heard a lion announce its next move? Exactly. Because real power doesn't explain itself. It doesn't beg to be understood. It doesn't chase noise. It creates silence. And in that silence, she begins to hear the echo of what she's losing. 5. Own your frame or lose her respect. Your frame is everything. It's not just how you carry yourself. It's the lens through which you see your own value. It's your emotional posture, your mental center of gravity. And whether she realizes it consciously or not, it's also the blueprint she uses to measure how deeply she can respect you. The moment your frame starts to wobble, everything else follows. You start bending to her moods, apologizing for things you didn't do, allowing her to dictate the tone, the speed, the direction of the relationship. You shrink to accommodate her feelings, hoping that if you just do enough, she'll come closer. But she doesn't. Instead, something begins to slip beneath the surface. The respect she once held for you quietly fades. If you lose your frame, you lose her respect. And when respect disappears, attraction is right behind it. But here's the truth most men miss. Your frame isn't something she gives you. It's something you build from within and guard like your life depends on it. Because in a way it does. Your emotional stability, your clarity, your sense of self, those are your foundation, and they can't be outsourced. So how do you rebuild what you may have given away? You start with boundaries, not just stated, but enforced. If she flakes on plans, you don't act like it's no big deal. You say it calmly but firmly. No worries, but next time, let's stick to the plan. You're not angry, you're aligned, because your time matters and people who matter will learn to honor it. You control the pace, not out of ego, but from intention. When things feel like they're speeding up because of her emotional swings, you ground the energy. Let's take it slow, no need to rush anything. That tone, that patience, that self-command, it reminds her that you're not afraid of time, that you lead with stillness, not urgency. You prioritize yourself, ruthlessly. Not to distance her, but to remain you. You keep showing up at the gym, investing in your craft, tending to your business, staying committed to your purpose. She'll notice when she's no longer the sun you revolve around, but rather someone invited into your orbit. That shift doesn't push her away. It pulls her in. And above all, you stay emotionally unshaken. When she tries to provoke jealousy, when she tosses subtle tests your way, when she leans into drama just to feel something, you don't flinch. You stay grounded. You smile, shift, and say, "I'm sure you'll handle that maturely." That response isn't cold, it's clear, and clarity is rare enough to be magnetic. You don't do drama, you walk away from it. Not because you're afraid of it, but because you've outgrown the need to prove yourself in chaos. When you operate from this place, not from spite, not from pride, but from deep alignment, you stop chasing the relationship. You start honoring the man you are within it. And that's when everything changes. Because she's not just chasing attention anymore, she's chasing presence, discipline, masculine clarity. The man who walks with self-respect, the one who doesn't flinch, the one she remembers wanting but somehow forgot was always there. Now he's back, and this time he's not bending. Let me say this as directly as I can. If you want her to chase you again, you have to stop chasing the version of you she stopped respecting. Throughout everything we've just walked through, the pattern is clear. Women are not pulled to availability, they're drawn to value. And value isn't declared, it's felt. It's in your absence, your direction, your self-respect. It's in the way you hold your frame, the way you move forward quietly, and the way you stop giving her everything just to keep her interested. You don't need to become someone new. You just need to return to the man you were before you lost yourself in her approval. The man who had his own pace, his own purpose, his own quiet strength. That man, he wasn't afraid of silence, he wasn't afraid of mystery, he wasn't performing to be liked, he was living to become better. And that's why she chased him. So what's the lesson? It's not about punishing her, it's about respecting yourself. Women chase what they can't fully hold. They admire what stands still in the face of pressure, and they remember the man who never gave them more than he gave to himself. Give her space to wonder. Let your life speak louder than your words. And if she's meant to be in your orbit, she'll feel the shift, and she'll find her way back. But even if she doesn't, you won't have lost anything. Because the moment you choose yourself again, you've already won. If something in this message stirred a truth you've been ignoring, if it reminded you that you were never meant to beg for love, only to embody strength, then don't let that feeling fade. Let it echo, let it stay with you, like this message. Share it with a man who's forgotten his worth. Remind him, and if you're ready to go deeper, subscribe to Stoic Station, where silence becomes strength and clarity replaces chaos.